Good evening, everybody, and welcome to an Essene evening with Yeshua ben Joseph. My name is Reverend Lynn, and I will be your host this evening and most other evenings. We got a little late start on today. Hello, everybody. Look at all my yummy friends who are here. Very sweet. I invite my students and my clients and my friends to come and join me for these private readings, and they're here, and it makes me very happy. So today we are on Monday, February 17th. It happens to be President's Day here in America. And our evening focus is the angel of peace. Everybody just breathe that in. Welcome, angel of peace. Welcome, welcome, welcome. You know, when you talk to the angels, they get active in your life. It's really a very, very cool thing. So the blessing for this evening says, as I experience the new life in me, bursting its bounds, I ask to be made more clearly aware of my part of the plan, that I may prepare myself to become the fullest expression and channel for peace. So Yeshua ben Joseph and I had a really intense conversation last night. And he said, look, if you're going to be the one to resurrect the Essenes and you're going to bring them all back, you need to walk the talk and you need to walk the path yourself. And I'm like, aren't I? And he's like, not with what you're eating and what you're drinking and what you're putting down. I'm like, okay. He goes, remember how you loved the medical medium and the plant-based eating that you did for a month? And I was like, yeah. He goes, well, we're heading back in that direction. I was like, okay. So he had me read the rest of chapter 1 last night. And oh boy, it knocked my socks off for sure. But I'm going to pick up where we ended yesterday. And he was just basically talking about how you're not supposed to eat anything that has to be killed. Any animal, you know, they were made for other beasts, but they were not made for us. And it was not meant to be cooked, and it was not meant to be frozen, and it was not meant to be, you know, not supposed to use heat on your food. I was like, oh boy. So that's where we ended last night, and I committed to it and just did a very large shopping at Trader Joe's. I have some more shopping to do. But here it begins. Master, where is the fire of life? Some asked of them. In you, in your blood, and in your bodies. And the fire of death, asked others. It is the fire which blazes outside your body, which is hotter than your blood. With that fire of death, you cook your foods in your homes and in your fields. I tell you truly, it is the same fire which destroys your food and your bodies, even as the fire of malice, which ravages your thoughts, ravages your spirits. For your body is that which you eat, and your spirit is that which you think. Wow. Your body is that which you eat, and your spirit is that which you think. Eat nothing, therefore, which is a stronger fire than the fire of life has killed. Eat nothing, therefore, which a stronger fire than the fire of life has killed. Eat nothing. Okay, I get it now. Eat nothing, therefore, which a fire stronger than the fire of life has killed. So basically, don't eat cooked foods. Wherefore, prepare and eat all fruits of trees and grasses of the field and all milks of beasts good for eating. For all these are fed and ripened by the fire of life. All are the gift of the angels of our earthly mother. But eat nothing to which only the fire of death gives savor, for such is of Satan. How could we cook our daily bread without fire, master? And he literally lays out this whole plan. He said, let the angels of God prepare your bread, moisten your wheat with the angel of water, that the angel of water may enter it. Then set it in the air, that the angel of air also may embrace it. And leave it from morning to evening beneath the sun, that the angel of sunshine may descend upon it. And the blessing of the three angels will soon make the germ of life to sprout from your wheat. Then crush your grain and make thin wafers, as did your forefathers when they departed out of Egypt, the house of bondage. Put them back again beneath the sun from its appearing, and when it is risen to its highest in the heavens, turn them over, and on the other side they will be embraced there also by the angel of sunshine, and leave them there until the sun be set. For the angels of water, of air, and sunshine fed and ripened the wheat in their field, and they likewise must also prepare your bread. And the same sun which, with the fire of life, made the wheat grow and ripen, must cook your bread with the same fire. For the fire of the sun gives life to the wheat, to the bread, and to the body. But the fire of death kills the wheat, the bread, and the body. And the living angels of the living God serve only living men. For God is the God of the living and not the God of the dead. So eat always from the table of God the fruits of the trees, the grain and grasses of the field, the milk of beasts, and the honey of bees. For everything beyond these is of Satan, and leads the way of sins and of diseases until death. But the food which you eat from the abundant table of God gives strength and youth to your body, and you will never see diseases. For the table of God fed Methuselah of old, and I tell you truly, if you lived even as he lived, then will the God of the living give you also long life upon the earth, as was his. For I tell you truly, the God of the living is richer than all of the rich of the earth, and his abundant table is richer than the richest tables of feasting of all the rich upon the earth. Eat therefore all your life at the table of our earthly mother, and you will never see want. And when you eat at her table, eat all things, even as they are found on the table of the earthly mother. Cook not, neither mix all things one with the other, lest your bowels become as steaming bogs. For I tell you truly, this is abominable in the eyes of the Lord. And be not like the greedy servant who always ate up at the table of his Lord the portions of others, and he devoured everything himself and mixed all together in his gluttony. And seeing that, his Lord was wroth with him and drove him from the table. And when all had ended their meal, he mixed together all that remained upon the table and called the greedy servant to him and said, Take and eat all of this with you, swine, for your place is with them and not at my table. Take heed, therefore, and defile not with all kinds of abominations the temples of your bodies. Be content with 2 or 3 sorts of food, which you will find upon the table of your earthly mother, and desire not to devour all things which you see around you. For I tell you truly, if you mix together all sorts of food in your body, then the peace of your body will cease, and endless war will rage in you, and it will be blotted out even as homes and kingdoms divided against themselves work their own destruction. For your God is the God of peace, and does not help division. Arouse not, therefore, against you the wrath of God, lest he drive you from his table, and lest you be compelled to go to the table of Satan, where the fire of sins and disease and death will corrupt your body. And when you eat, never eat unto fullness. Flee the temptation of Satan and listen to the voice of God's angels. For Satan and his power tempt you always to eat more and more. But live by the Spirit and resist the desires of the body. For your fasting is always pleasing in the eyes of the angels of God. So give heed to how much you have eaten when your body is sated, and always eat less by third. Okay. He says, read this one more paragraph. He says, let the weight of your food, daily food, be not less than a mina, but mark yourself that it does not go beyond 2. I don't know what a mina is, and I'm going to have to look it up. I asked ALEXA, and she said it was something about a person being 6 foot 2 inches. Maybe she knows someone who's a 6'2", and her name is Mina. I don't know. Anyway, I have to look it up. Then will the angels of God serve you always, and you will never fall into the bondage of Satan and of his disease. Trouble not the work of the angels in your body by eating often, for I tell you truly, he who eats more than twice in the day does in him the work of Satan, and the angels of God leave his body, and soon Satan will take possession of it. Eat only when the sun is highest in the heavens, and again when it is set, and you will never see disease. For such finds favor in the eyes of the Lord. And if you will that the angels of God rejoice in your body, and that Satan shun you afar, then sit but once a day at the table of God, and then your days will be long upon the earth, for this is pleasing in the eyes of the Lord. Eat always when the table of God is served before you, and eat always that which you find upon the table of God. For I tell you truly, God knows well what your body needs and when it needs it. One of the things that he talks about is having a day of fasting. And it was back in 2021 when I was living in Virginia that Yeshua came to me and he said, I want you to honor Shabbat. I want you to not talk for 24 hours. I want you to put down your cell phone for 24 hours. And I want you to fast for 24 hours. And it was so powerful. So, so powerful. Anyway, all right, let me bring him forth. Ooh, it's 4:44, so I can have him make commentary on all of this for you. Greetings, beloved ones. Beloveds, we have asked a group that has gathered together for some time to utter the phrase, I understand I am an Essene. And one of this group found themselves very, very upset. And there were memories that came forth of a lifetime when she was an Essene and the crucifixion had happened and she was being chased by Roman soldiers and she was with child and she fell and then she lost the baby. Understand that when things happen like this, there is trauma that becomes associated with a particular time in one's life. And even understanding that the child had come back in a current form and being able to communicate with the soul still did not completely quell the fear and the pain that was present. We would ask each of you to take a look within to find out what is it about being an Essene that either makes you want to lean in or to step back. Is there a part of you that is still afraid? Is there a part of you that went with the regime of us saying to you, you must now go into hiding for self-preservation and protection? And somewhere you still keep that alive within you. Beloveds, allow yourself to do the inquiry of what it is to be an Essene and allow the truth of that to come to the surface for each one of you. We believe that the resurrection of this community and the spirit of what it is to live cleanly, to allow yourself to eat the fruit from the trees and the grains from the fields and the milk of certain beasts. But understand, beloveds, that there is much of the milk that has been tainted because of the way that currently beasts that provide milk have been cared for. So you must be very careful with this ingesting. Allow yourself to use your discretion and allow yourself to use your intelligence, beloveds. If you feel that you cannot live without meat, so be it for you, beloveds. But understand that for you to have the clearest and the cleanest adherence to what it is to be in direct alignment with your own divinity means that you are eating substance that contains light and not death. And cooked foods, particularly cooked animals, contain death, beloveds. You are literally eating death. And this may be hard for you to comprehend. This may be hard for you to accept. We know that there are some in this community that have stepped away from this path because they said that they have refused to change their diets. But beloveds, if what you allow yourself to do is just consume light, you will come to find favor that you cannot imagine is possible. We thank you for your presence. We thank you for your listening. And indeed, we shall speak with you again. Thank you all so much. I love you. And I will speak with you again soon.